Hold on. The camera is going nuts. There we go. I'm here. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the live stream tonight. Hope everybody is traveling safe, getting to Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow, if you're watching this video live tonight. I've got a bunch of boxes coming in the shop, and you know that means, or what that must mean is I have a new build. So we do have a new build coming into the shop, and I'm really excited. So as the boxes come in, I want to talk about what's happening because I am actually doing this in a more organized way that I've done in the past, and I am pretty excited about it. The van that we are working on currently, it's very detailed, a lot of cool systems and stuff like that, but this van behind me, I want to take you guys kind of on a journey through the live streams going over the next couple months, because this is a scheduled customer build behind us, and just a little bit more of an approach on how I plan the parts that are coming in, why I chose them, and then how all that stuff happens. So I'm trying to see what Jamie's laughing at. All right. Yeah, so we got a couple boxes behind us. We're going to talk about 3 companies today. We're going to talk about, now this is not sponsored, but we're going to talk about Agile Offroad. Then we're going to talk about Unaka. And we're going to talk about Explorers.life, which is Nate. He's a YouTuber. He does a lot of DIY van content, more on the electrical side, but really helps you learn how to build a camper van, kind of like what I'm doing with you guys. And there's some stuff behind the scenes I didn't know he was doing, and I'm kind of picking up on that. So we're going to talk about it. It has to do with a product that I purchased. All right, first up, we have this box right here. So this is our Agile Offroad. It's a water tank from Agile Offroad, but it's made. Oh, you're laughing at the camera. Let's see here. Let me make this. There we go. Let's get those nice comments nice and big. All right. Agile Offroad, they have transit parts. They have a whole transit shop if you guys are interested in purchasing some products. So I'm going to look at them. One of the products they sell comes from a company called Northwest Conversions. So they are a water tank company. They make really nice custom water tanks for both transit and Sprinter. I think they make them for ProMaster, but let's go ahead and take a look. So we're going to talk about Agile Offroad. Oh yeah, one more I forgot about, which is Vmax. They're out of North Carolina, not too far away from where I'm at, but they sell Webasto parts. And then this Rich Solar is going to be the Explorers.life thing that I talk about. All right, let's get right into it. So the first thing we're going to go to is Agile Offroad. Again, this is not sponsored, but it's just really good information for you guys. If you are getting into the van build world and you're overwhelmed with all the stuff, this is a guide to help you start choosing some things. It took me a long time to find these vendors. It could be stuff that I found, it took me 5 minutes, or maybe it took me a year or two, seriously. So one company is Agile Offroad, and they carry products. They may have some stuff they manufacture, I'm not sure. I just know that they're a place where I found the first undermount water tank for a Ford Transit. So throughout my van building, it's been very challenging to find bolt-on parts. And that's not just to help you guys with the DIY, this is to help me install the part. If you can imagine going to a company that makes a bunch of water tanks, there's no mounting, there's no bracketry or anything like that, and you're trying to figure out how to put a tank, gray tank, underneath the van for a customer, and you want it to not fall on the floor, you want it to last for a long time, but you also don't want to make something that's kind of weird and it might cut into the tank over time. So when somebody provides a solution, that's where I get really excited, and this is where I find stuff like this. So one day I was on Agile Offroad and I was like, what is this? And this is not what I bought, by the way. I'm just we're getting there. So this is an undermount tank specifically made for the Ford Transit. They make two different pieces. They make one for the driver's side, which on a Ford Transit is a nice square rectangular opening. And then they make one for the passenger side that allows for the step, so there's a little notch out from it, which is this one right here. So you can see there's a notch out of the top of it. So that's really cool. I recently bought a 40-gallon tank for the van that I've been working on that you guys have seen in the shop. However, that tank has now changed and we have two different versions now. We have a 36 instead of a 40, and we have a 30-gallon tank. So the one in behind me that I purchased is the 36-gallon wheel well, over the wheel well tank. Even though it's underneath the Ford purchasing right here, it's technically a Sprinter water tank. But the nice thing is the wheel well on the Sprinter I think is bigger, so this will fit no problem in a Ford Transit, and hence why it is underneath the Ford Transit. But if you guys are looking for a solution for an undermount gray tank, Agile Offroad has these two. Now the company is Northwest Conversions. You can go straight to their website. And I've bought one from them, but sometimes I just go to Agile Offroad. The price is the same, there's no difference. But yeah, behind me in that box is this water tank. All right, so next up, so that's Agile Offroad. Nice, simple, water tanks, easy to get. Let's do a quick Google of Northwest Conversions. We got a question. Okay, so TC, I will get back to that question in just a minute. I'll do the solar panels next. So the Northwest Conversions, where is this? Here we go. So this is the company. Website's kind of slow, but these are the tanks. You see it's the exact same one. So this is the actual company that makes them. So you can buy it through here, but sometimes there's some other parts I might buy through Agile. Anyway, price is the same. All right, we'll check those off our list. Now let's get back to the solar panels. TC asked a good question about do the rich solar panels fit into the Flatline Vanco Low Pro roof rack? The answer is no. So that is why I mentioned Unaka. Unaka and the Explorers.life kind of working together. So what has been created is you have, let's see if I get fancy with my screen here. Okay. So what you have is you have two companies. You've got Unaka on the left with the Ford Transit roof rack and the Explorers.life edition, and then you got Explorers.life solar panel. I'm going to explain how all this makes sense in a second. All right, so you got the two companies. One makes the roof rack. One found solar panels to fit so you can maximize the space on top of a Ford Transit. Okay. So pause right there. Let's go back to the question on the Flatline Vanco roof rack. So this is a challenge that I was dealing with. So if we go to Flatline Vanco, now I like Flatline Vanco, the van that we're working on. I've got all their stuff because I think they make really great stuff. The roof racks are great. Construction, everything's great. However, I think something that would really help them out is under transit and exterior parts. If we go to their Transit Low Pro high roof rack, it looks really good. It's a good looking roof rack. It's built extremely well. However, this is what I think if they could improve, this is where I would improve if I were them. If I gotta find it. Here we go. So this is the challenge here, is the width. So the width of the roof rack is 57.3 inches. The challenge is that's not a good number for the solar panel market if you want to have a solar panel width-wise. Just in my experience, putting these vans together, Thomas's van, the one that's in front of me, it's not wide enough. If it was 60 inches, that would be a great place to start. So what I think happened was, see, Nate from Explorers.life, he's got a YouTube channel. He's over here on the right side. And this isn't a YouTube video that he did, so I'm not trying to put words in his mouth. But what he said was he reached out to Unaka and said, "Hey, can you guys build a roof rack where I can map out and get the maximum amount of solar that's possible on a Ford Transit roof?" And they were interested, and this is the culmination of their efforts. So this roof rack, where are the dimensions? Let's see here. I don't think this is going to give me dimensions. This live stream is almost like a website audit. It's just, you have one that's really nice, got a picture with all the measurements, and then the one that I want to go with is lacking on information, unless I can't see it, but I'm looking and I can't find it anywhere. Okay, so what I do know is they teamed up together. These two panels right here are what's behind me. These are the two of the 200 watt panels. And then over here, these two right here by the Max fan, those are these 55 watts right here. And then the ones flanking the Nomadic X3 rooftop AC are these right here, the 35. So two 35s. So two 200s, two 55s, two 35s. So let's see here. Uh-oh, man, I'm all over the wrong buttons here tonight. Let's see here. So we've got, give me 1 second. See, those are the 55s and then the 35s. Yeah, so this roof rack allows you to do 580 watts of solar. So let's get into the dimensions. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe so. Nate from Explorers.life actually got the 35 watt and 55 watt panels manufactured by Rich Solar so that they could actually fit. I don't think they actually existed on the market. I think the 200 watt panel did, but the other ones didn't. All right, so let's get to the width of the 200 watt panel. So over here, the width of the panel (58.7). So you can see 58.7, and then if we go to Flatline Vanco, we got 57.3. And so I'm just not sure why 60 inches wouldn't be the way that they would make their panel. I mean, their roof rack. I think I would say that in the future, that is something they may change. Anyway, let's get back to Anaka. So long story short, what I'm doing here is I'm putting these two panels, we're just doing the exact same thing. We have the Unaka roof rack on the way, and that has been the very first thing that we do this van, because once the roof rack's in and the solar is on, I need to find out where I'm going to locate the Max fan. And you may be wondering, well, Nick, it's already on this picture here. You're just going to locate it right there. Well, here's the catch. We're using we're doing an EcoFlow power system. We're doing the power kit, the 5 kilowatt hour power kit. And the power kit is a 48 volt system, and we're using the brand new, it's not even available yet. They hope to be shipping mid-December, and that's going to be the new 48 volt Nomadic X2 AC. So the one that's in the picture right here, this one in the picture, this is the X3. It's very expensive, probably with shipping and taxes close to $4,000. So it's not necessary for what we're doing. The BTUs of the smaller X2 are actually a little bit more than the Dometic RTX 2000 that I'm doing in the van. Not this van, the other van, the one van behind this this desk. Okay, let me catch up with TC here. So, yeah, the new power 200 watt panel. So that's what I had to use. I bought that one to use on the Flatline Vanco roof rack. You're building with a 15 kilowatt hour. Wow, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I mean, that's a killer system. You don't even need solar if you got 15 kilowatt hours. You just charge up and last for a whole week. Yeah, but the Unaka is, I'm gonna try it. I like how they're kind of working together. I've been following Nate on his YouTube channel for a long time, and the fact that the solar panels are on, that was a collaboration, is pretty cool. So, yeah, I would say that's a pretty good vetted product. So, but I need to do, so the X2, let's go to, all right, we're gonna go down a wormhole here. So we're gonna go to pneumatic cooling. So what's on the van you just saw, the Unaka rooftop? So right here, this is the Nomadic X3 unit, 4 volt and a 48 volt version. However, these are, you can see right here, they're around, they're really nice, but the BTUs are they're a lot. Well, how many BTUs is it? So this is 11,830, and then the X2 is the X3. Yeah, X3 is 15,120. So let's put that into comparison of the RTX. I can't spell. RTX 2000. Yeah, RTX 2000 is 6,824. And the X3 is 15,000. So yeah, we definitely don't need that. So the X2 is what we're going to go with. And the X2, it's a smaller footprint. And I'm going to get to the roof rack here in just a second. I'm just looking this up really quick. So yeah, so 12,150 versus 6,824. It's pretty incredible. And what's even more incredible about this is look at the current draw. So eco mode is 8 amps. It only pulls 8 amps in eco mode. Max is 15 amps. It almost sounds too good to be true. So we'll see what happens when we get it in and do a test. There may be a moment in time where I can, if the van that I'm working on, if it sells before, obviously I can't do the test, but there might be a time where I could test both before the other one sells. Okay, so the reason I'm mentioning that is the AC unit for the, I know you guys can't see that. The AC unit for the X2 is 28 inches long, 22 inches wide. So 28, 22, so remember that. Then the X3 so 28, 22 versus 31, 31. So 28, 29, 30, 31. So, okay, that's not actually that big of a deal. Now that I'm talking through, 31. Hold on a second. Guys, got my brain going now. 31, 22. That's 10 inches. Huh. No, I'm just thinking 10. There's no way. No, that's like way more than that. Yeah, so the setup, they'll probably be, 5 inches less on this side, and then 5 inches less on this side, and then 3 inches less right here. So it won't be that significant. It'll still have to have the same footprint. I was seeing if maybe I could do 2 more 55 watts instead of, because it was skinnier. Anyway, so TC said, I didn't put a secondary alternator in my van though. Probably going to do the slow charge from the stock. Yeah, because I think the Eco, that power kit's maxed out at 60 amps for alternator charging. I don't think there's another way you could charge it unless you, you'd have to get a 48 volt alternator with, and use the shore power plug-in. I'm not sure. You have to do something to bypass what they had. All right. So that is these two panels. So finally, let's talk about this one right over here. This is the Vmax. It is a company in North Carolina. I'm going to pull up their website. And they are excellent to work with. They're somebody you can actually talk on the phone if you have any questions. It's not sponsored. This is not a sponsored bit here, but this is their website. And so they do, they have Webasto heating kits, compressed, they do other stuff. They have big equipment, and then they do vans. But what I like about them is I've already kind of put a little cart together so I can talk about a couple products that we're putting in the van behind me. So I put an Airtop Evo 40 in the van over here. And I think it's a little overkill. A lot of stuff in that van is overkill, and I think this next series that we're going to be doing on the van behind me is going to be more in line with the DIY, and also to, I think it'll be really good for you guys to, it's more of a DIY approach, stuff that is not, super high-end, which is not a bad thing, but, stuff gets expensive really quick. So if I can find a different solution that's just an excellent solution, and it also saves money and does the same thing, I'm happy. So instead of the 4,000 kilowatt, we're going to the 2,000, which is plenty of heat for a van. The van is it's not a big space, so I think the air top units, that's a lot of heat. So this one is the 2 kilowatt version. And I started to research this. And the reason I'm talking about Vmax is I was under the impression when I got the AirTop 40 that was the only one that would allow the Bluetooth control, which is not true. There's a cable and a kit that you can daisy chain together to have the functionality of a Bluetooth, of the Bluetooth 3.0, which I'll talk about in just a second, capability in a 2 kW Webasto system. The other benefit of working with Vmax or buying something from them is some Webasto kits, I don't know why this is not a standard on the internet, but it's really nice what they did. This kit you see in front of you, it's actually, they've put this together in-house. This is a custom kit. Because if you buy a Webasto 2 kW kit, you'll see it's cheaper online, but it's missing parts. It's missing the muffler, and it's missing the intake air. It's not a filter. It's kind of like an air intake muffler for noise. Also helps, bugs and stuff like that not get inside. So those 2 parts are in this kit. So he puts them into this kit. He also puts the specific vehicle specific fuel tap. So if you have a Ram ProMaster, or you have a Sprinter, or you have a Ford Transit, for example, so inside this kit there is a, what is it called? Let's see if I can look it up. So Ford Transit, this right here. So this is what you got to have. So if you have a Ford Transit, there is a fitting on top of the tank. It's the auxiliary fuel port, and this snaps right into it. It's a factory Ford part from Ford. You open up the cap on the auxiliary port, you click this one in, and you're done. It's already set. You don't have to do anything else. You do have to lower the fuel tank to get this in here. It's not that big of a deal, but this one part, that's $55, makes it so easy to install. So what makes it nice is this kit not only has the muffler and the intake silencer, it has that Ford fuel tank fitting in the kit. So when you buy the kit, you're not having to buy the kit and then start to buy the other stuff extra. It's already in a kit. If you want to have the smart temp control, you buy the kit, and then you buy this Webasto wiring harness. So the part number 5013929B, you buy that. That goes into this kit here. And then that has a in connection that goes and connects into the Webasto Smart Temp Control. And this gives you the Smart Temp functionality. More like it acts like like a thermostat you have at home, and it is Bluetooth. So if you're in bed, it's cold, you want to turn the heat on before you get out of bed, you can do it on your phone. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so I kind of found out the hard way when I did the first van that we had in the shop, the spec van build. So for this next one, something I learned is talk to Vmax. We got set up with this, and that is what is in this box here. So you get the whole kit. It's really cool that they're in North Carolina. I know that doesn't really mean anything to anybody out there on the internet, but for me, if I need a part, it comes really quick because he keeps that stuff in stock. All right, guys, I'm open for some questions. If anybody in the live stream would like to have some questions before I leave the shop and get ready for my Thanksgiving. So while I'm waiting to see some questions come through, I want to talk to you guys about the DIY van build cheat sheet. So if you guys didn't know, I have put together a DIY van build cheat sheet with over 250 curated parts from Amazon. It's essentially my shopping cart from the last 3 years doing van builds and buying all the stuff off of Amazon. So what I did is I took it, I organized it into a bunch of different categories that I bought from, put the Amazon link, and it is completely free for you guys to download. So you can go through, and all the work that I did trying to find all these electrical components, fasteners, stuff for the 80/20, hardware, the Max fan, what do we got in here? We've got 4-way stretch carpet, air compressors from ARB, the Scan Strut roofing cable seals that I use. Solar, we got a lot of Renogy stuff on here. I still use Renogy. I'm using Rich Solar because that has to do with dimensions. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with the panel. It's just what fits. The most important thing on here is tools. I tell you guys, if you buy these tools, it's going to help you make the van that much quicker. It's everything you need. We've got a rivet nut tool that I used when I did the Adventure Wagon install. We've got carbide drill bits. We've got Astro Pneumatic riv nut adapter kit. Soldering station. The ProPEX expansion tool. I know that thing is super expensive, but I'm telling you, it makes the PEX A install for your plumbing super easy. We've got the water system. We've got the Bravati sink that everybody loves. And then we got a Seaflow water pump and strainer. Now this pump right here, if you guys click on it, I don't use an accumulator with this pump. And it ramps up nice and slow, ramps down nice and slow. Not a lot of surging or pulsing, so I like it a lot. Anyway, it's a super cool list. You can check it out, vanbuilderhq.com, or you can click on the link in the description below. Put your name and email address, it'll come straight to your inbox, and it's just a good way to jumpstart your van build with a couple parts that are handy. It's a growing list. We have more and more parts coming up. We're getting ready to do a big overhaul on it next month, so start to look out for that. We'll have more stuff coming, which is pretty exciting. And yeah, last but not least, wanted to talk about my van business, Odyssey Custom Vans. So the van right here is what do we got here? We got a question. Any suggestions on, hold on, let me move this out of the way. Any suggestions on the rooftop cable box? I'm planning 3 to 5 lights mounting to the roof rack, 3x2 panels, 1 Max fan, Fiamma, and Starlink. Okay, TC, so believe it or not, let me see if I can get a picture here for you. So I use cable glands. So I'm just going to come over here. I have it on the shelf. And I actually run the wires individually. So for example, if I'm doing the awning, I get my cable gland kit and I do the awning. Let me get back here. So let's see here. So this is, you can see cable glands. They look like this. You can find whatever wire size you're working with. So for example, I use these a lot, and then I use stuff like this for solar. And somebody called me crazy, but this is what I use for all of my roof connections. I may have 4 of these in one back corner of a roof, and then I may have 2 more in this corner of the roof, and then I may have 2 more up in the front. So I do that on purpose. I feel it's really messy. This is just my personal opinion. I feel it's really messy to cut a big, 2 or 3 inch hole in the roof and then have all the cables kind of coming out it, and you're trying to seal that up for 2 reasons. 1, I just think it's messy. 2, when you go to troubleshoot something, say on top of your roof, you have the back of your van and you have your solar panels in a line, so you got positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. They're all individual. And let's say something happened to this one line, it got cut or damaged and you need to replace it. With the cable glands, you don't have to worry about the ones that are not damaged. You can just loosen this pull out the one that's bad, tighten this back down, put a little bit more lap sealant on it, and you're good to go. So it makes maintenance really easy. I've had zero issues with these leaking, because what I do is when I take this, I'll put some RTV on this bottom side, and I'll turn it in, and I'll put this underneath the sheet metal. When that dries, that's a permanent bond. Then I'll put my wire in, nail it down, and then I'll do one bead of lap sealant around here and the top, and I mean, it's good forever. That's my suggestion. So the thing with the Starlink is it's a little bit more complex, because the Starlink's going to have the power supply cable, and then it's going to have the communication cable. And if I were doing that on the DIY van build cheat sheet, so I'm not doing a plug here, but let's just use that for an example, and go to scan. So click it and do Control F and do scan strut. So see the scan strut right here? So you want to find, let's just copy this, the DS40P. Now I do use the scan strut. So I use the cable glands for all of my power and solar. The scan strut is what I use for technical stuff, like satellite antenna from Ford relocation, or it's something I would use for the Starlink, and I'll explain why here. So if we just hit copy, DS40P, let's go to Amazon. DS40-P scan strut. Okay. So this is the company's Scan Strut. Scan Strut is all of the deck seals for yachts, $1 million yachts, like super high end. This is a super high end boat company. So what I do is I use, so they have different sizes. I think this is it. The 40P. Man, I wish they would give better pictures. Let me see if I can go on their website, because this is important. Of course eBay has a better photo. That's hilarious. Good Lord. Okay. What I'm trying to point out is, do you see this slit right here? So this slit, this is the most important part. This slit is what allows you, for example, on a Ford Transit, I need to relocate the antenna forward of the solar panels, because if the satellite antenna is underneath the solar panels, it doesn't work well, or if at all. It might not work. I've never tried it. I don't risk it. So I move it out and put it up, but I can't cut that satellite cable because there's no way I can fix that. So what I do is I use the scan strut, and it wraps around. It's a 3-part system. So this little donut has a slit in it, and you wrap it around the cable, and then this compression compresses it down. And then once it's compressed down, this is the truth. I take Flex Seal and I put a piece of duct tape underneath the scan strut, and I take a little syringe and I suck it out of the little pint jar, and I take a syringe and I put Flex Seal down into the roof gland. So you buy this right here. This is the liquid. Man, what is wrong with my camera? It's just going all over the shop. There we go, I'm back. So I do Flex Seal. Not sponsored, but right here, the liquid in the can. And I use that, and I pour it into this hole, and then I keep pouring it until there's like a little crest on the top of the scan strut, and then you have this super nice, custom, very professional looking seal that you've done. Let's see. Let's see if I can find. Where did I put that picture? Let's see if I can find the picture. Maybe I have it. Let's see here. I actually might have it on my website here. Oh, here you go. So TC, if you can see that. So see how I have those roof glands right there? So it's super clean. It's not messy. I just think it's a better way to do it. And where is, oh, here it is. So that is the forward antenna that I relocate. That's what it looks like when it's finished. And I put it in its new location. Is there anything else that I do on the roof? Oh, the other thing I use, so I use this for the Furrion, as well as, come on, internet. For this, and for example, this light, this scene light, has to be screwed through the body panel or the sheet metal. And what I use is let's see if I can find it. It's called Ultra Black. It's an RTV sealant. It's a black RTV sealant. Let's see here. RTV. Right here. So this is what you want to use. You want to use this Ultra Black RTV gasket maker. You want to use that on the gland. So you only put that gasket maker right here. So see where these threads are? Or where this rubber gasket is? You put it underneath that. So then when you screw this in, it smushes it in. And then you have this, and then your sheet metal, so that's in the sheet metal. So this is what's exposed on top of your van. And then you take this and you put the cap on. And then that crimps your cable and seals it. So the Ultra Black RTV is what goes into the hole, and then your die core let's see here. Right here. And then you want to buy this die core self-leveling black lap sealant. Make sure you get black so it matches your fittings and it looks professional. Don't get white, because it sucks up all the dirt. I don't think it looks good. Anyway, I think that's a good way to do all that stuff on your roof. And use this scan strut stuff for the Starlink cables. You don't want to crimp, or I'm sure you don't want to, recrimp a network cable or something like that. Yeah, so any more questions, let me know. But right now I'm going to do my little spiel on Odyssey Custom Vans. So if you guys, are you interested in a professional van build or the van in this photo, which is currently for sale, we are in the final week. I got about a week and let's say 2 days to finish the plumbing and wrap up the electrical and hook up the diesel heater, and the gasoline heater, we're all set. If you want to check out a sneak peek of the van, check out our YouTube channel, hopefully with no advertisements. There we go. So yeah, check out the video we did on, we went to Adventure Van Expo in Chattanooga, Tennessee this year. Took the van there. Super fun event. I suggest anybody go to one adventure wagon. Good Lord. Go to one Adventure Van Expo throughout the United States. There's a bunch of them. The ones that I try to hit are Chattanooga. We've been to Bend, Oregon. There's some in Colorado. Really, really cool show. So this is the van that we took to the show. So if you guys are interested in purchasing this van, as of filming this video, is currently for sale. We've got a bunch of interior components. We've got the Adventure Wagon system is all the interior. And then we have Flatline Vanco for all the other components. So for example, this kitchen galley is a Flatline Vanco galley. The Isotherm Cruise 130 fridge is a modified Flatline Vanco kitchen galley. The seat that I'm flipping and folding right now, that one is made by Friedman Seating. It has an integrated table. So, if you want surface countertop space, this van has it for days. We got the Rivati sink, everyone's favorite. A lot of nice bamboo accents, the dark grays. Ignore the bed pillows and blanket that I have on there. I was quickly getting those from Walmart for this show, so maybe I should have left it with just a mattress, but I don't know. I tried to make it look homey. We've got a nice shelf over the passenger and driver's seat. And again, the flip and fold seat is just really easy to flip and fold. So it's extra seating when you need it. It's out of the way when you don't. We actually have a in-floor hidden shower. So if you look underneath my feet, that panel comes up and we have a hidden shower. This box over here, this is like a flex space. So right now it has a porta potty in it. You could do a porta potty in there. It's sized for an additional fridge, so a drawer 85 fridge from Isotherm. If you wanted to do something with the other side that differently. It even fits a contour microwave perfectly. So if you want drawers there, you can do that. If you want to have it with a porta potty, you can do that. It's just a flex space. You can put whatever you want in there. So I'm leaving that open until the new owner decides what they want to, or the future owner decides what they would like to. Or we've got our induction cooktop, also our sprayer nozzles for the hidden shower inside the van. And then as we keep going, we've got another big drawer, and these Flatline Vanco cabinets have some really nice hardware. Solid bamboo drawers, really nice. If you go with a smaller fridge, you do get an additional drawer on the right-hand side with Isotherm. I just took it out and deleted it. Overhead, we have 8 feet of bamboo aluminum cabinets mounted to L-track. They're completely removable. You can take them out if you want. You can put ones in. They're Adventure Wagon compatible system since it is Adventure Wagon system. So if you want to do the Adventure Wagon mule bags, you can do them. There's a bunch of other companies that do things that fit Adventure Wagon if you're interested in that. We got our Max fan, the 7500K with the remote. We're running the Renogy 1 M1 controller. Everything is actually networked together. So it's similar to a Victronic setup, but it's the Renogy version. So you're going to see your shore power inputs, your battery. We have 600 amp hours of smart lithium iron phosphate. Smart means that it has the network connection, so they all daisy chain together. Not only that, the 3 of the batteries are self-heating. So we wanted to make sure that this was a really nice winterized vehicle to where if it got below freezing, half of your battery system can still operate the van until the whole entire van warms up. See, TC was asking, is all the L-track mounting directly to the factory rivet hole, or did you mount them to the wall? So interestingly enough, Adventure Wagon system is a whole entire system. So there's a whole entire internal skeleton. They call it the A-frame. And it's this powder-coated steel frame that is riveted to the van structure. And then from there, there's tapped holes, and it's part of a kit. So when you go to put the L-track in, the L-track actually holds all the interior panels as well. So it's a really cool, it's a great system. It's a very expensive system. That system ranges anywhere from $12,000 to $16,000 just for the interior system. So that's just your interior panels, your L-track, but it does come with insulation. It does currently come with a Max fan in the package and sound deadening material like kill mat. So it's a good value, but sometimes that's really hard for somebody to grasp the cost, even though the value is really good. So here's these cabinets. These aluminum cabinets from Flat and Vanco, they're great. I can do pull-ups on them. You could put, I'm not going to say how many pounds, but you could put a lot. I would do a pull-up on one of those in front of you guys. But yeah, on the right-hand side, we've got Renogy. This is the Renogy 3,000 watt pure sine wave inverter Rego system. So the Rego means that it has a built-in Bluetooth communication, so you don't have to run any wires for it to communicate with the M1 controller. And then the last thing I showed you was the Webasto Smart Temp 3.0, which I'm putting in this van behind me for the new build. Yeah, again, ignore the cheesy snowflake sheets on the bed. That was in a time crunch. I don't know, maybe some people like it. The back windows are the awning windows from CRL. We also did the, up here in the front, we've got the Raptor style grille. This is a true Ford product. So I ordered this from Europe, and it's the ones they put on the transit trails over in Europe, and I just had them ship it over to me. Sometimes you can find them on eBay, but this is a true Ford product grill. That's why it snaps in, looks so clean. We powder coated the wheels on this, so if you guys are thinking of a low-cost solution to clean up the van, just powder coat your factory wheels black. They look great. It's hard to get the correct offset from aftermarket industry. There's a limited selection, so yes. So I use the 15 series for my 80/20, and I love it. The van behind me, though, we will not be using that. We will be doing a wood construction. So, pocket hole construction, that type of thing. And we're going to be using a wall panel kit. So it's going to be pretty interesting because I think it's really going to help you guys as far as the DIY community. You're going to feel more comfortable tackling something like this in this upcoming build. So this is the roof. We got 420 watts. And I'm going to back up just a little bit because TC, you were talking about, yeah, I'm hoping I'm saying that name correctly. It says TC. But TC, you were talking about the new Power panel. So this one in the mid, so the first two here are Renogy 100 watts, the compact version with the black frame. And then right here in the middle This one is, you'll laugh at this too, this is New Power's 220 watt panel that no longer exists. I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. I went back on Amazon, can't find it, but the exact same listing now is a 200 watt panel. So this one was a 220 watt, it said, it's on the label, but now the exact same one is only 200 watts, so I have no idea. I have no idea what they're doing. But this one in the middle is 50, what is this? I think it's 56. What is that panel? The New Power. Let's see here. New. Yeah, so this one, 55.28. There was supposed to be a 220. But see, it doesn't exist anymore. Oh, there it is. See? But you can't buy it. I guess they discontinued it. So this is what well, you can buy a used one. Anyway, so I bought this one. 56.69. Look at that. How's that for internet scouring? 56.69 and a 57.3 usable width. So I nailed it on that one. I don't know how I found this. I found it completely by accident. But if you do, I guess you already bought them. Because you already bought your solar panels, right, TC? Anyway, this is the one that I bought. I don't think I guess you can't find it anymore. Maybe you can buy it. If you haven't bought, did you buy the Flatline Vanco roof rack already? Well, I think that's good. It's good that you didn't buy both of those, because maybe you can take the new knowledge that I have, or I found, and maybe buy something different. So instead of Unaka, another company, I almost bought this one. It's AVC Rig. So they make stuff for Ford Transits, and you go to store. So they make a roof rack that's 60.25 inches. So their roof rack is 60.25, which is great. So this one can fit panels much easier. It's a good roof rack too. So this one and Unaka would be the one to be able to fit those. Unaka apparently the biggest panel. But yeah. All right, what wormhole is it going down? Yeah, that was pretty much it. I wanted to show you guys the van, the video. So this is the van that is for sale that you guys see, and not behind me, the one that we're finishing up. These are all the specifications that are in the van. It is an EcoBoost, which is a turbocharged V6, 600 amp hours, lithium. We have a Dometic RTX 2000, the Webasto Airtop Evo 40. So really nice components. This is what I think is excellent on this. We got a 40-gallon freshwater tank, huge. We've got a 16-gallon gray water holding tank for the hidden shower pan, dedicated 16-gallon for the hidden shower. Then we have 7 gallons for the sink gray, upgradable to 14 gallons. That'll fit underneath there, under the sink. And then we got a 4-gallon Bosch hot water tank. So your water needs are really covered in that build. And then you got a really nice Isotherm Cruise 130 stainless fridge. Then a couple of things, but you know, swivel seats, all the standard really nice components. And I made these photos so you guys get a sneak peek of the build before it's completely done. We'll have a nice video walkthrough soon. But if you're interested in purchasing this van, it is currently for sale as of filming this video. So contact me, sales@odysseycustomvans.com. This is my phone number. And yeah, TC, thanks so much for watching the video. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, put those in the comments. Happy to get back to you. And if you haven't, download that van build cheat sheet. I think it'll help you out. So yeah, sales@odysseycustomvans.com. That's my phone number. The best way to contact me if you're looking to purchase this van is you click to schedule a call. It'll show you my calendar. And you just click on a day, find a time. It'll go on my calendar instantly. And we can hop on a phone call to talk about the van. Have you guys come out and look at it if you're interested. Also, if you're interested in a professional build, so like the one I'm doing here behind me, which is getting ready to take off, you can also use the same link, but check out the left-hand side. Right here is a little intro into the steps of the consultation if you guys are interested. Just telling you how to get ready for the phone call. Same process, select a time, and we'll set up a consultation to talk about your custom van build. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's late night live stream. Talking about all the exciting stuff we have. Want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. And if you guys are not subscribed, get subscribed to the channel. Click like on the video if you enjoyed it. Share this video to anybody that's doing a DIY van build. Something that can help them out with some information. Don't forget to check out vanbuilderhq.com. We have tons of blog posts going in depth to a lot of van related DIY van build topics that I think you'll be interested in. And that's it. So until next time, we'll see you guys on the next live stream.